It was a dream home 22 years in the making. Pitt began building his dream home in July 1994 when he purchased a 6-bedroom, craftsman-style house, for $1.7 million. Over the next 22 years, 12 years of which he spent with Jolie, the estate grew to encompass 5 adjoining properties. Brad Pitt spent over 2 decades piecing together the estate he shared with Angelina Jolie. The residence is now the site of a bitter divorce battle, the main house and its surrounding skate park. Pitt's friend, director Andrew Dominic, says as soon as you walk through the door, you feel stoned. The couple built a virtual fortress over the years for themselves and their 6 children. A big moving truck arrived this morning at Brad Pitt's gated community following divorce news. Pitt, who has always taken a deep interest in architecture, wanted to create a free-flowing compound, which was in keeping with the original houses in the area, which date back to 1915. It was meant to be a home for work as well as relaxation. The upper floor of the main building houses Pitt's Plan B production company. His friend, director Andrew Dominic, says, "You go to the homes of most movie stars and they're like really, really nice hotel rooms. Brad lives in pieces of art. There's a breeze blowing through every window. As soon as you walk through the door, you feel stoned." 2 years after Pitt's initial purchase, he bought another small house for $380,000 at the back of his land. In 1998, he acquired another neighboring house for $475,000. And in 2008 the couple bought another small property in 2008 for $1,287,500. To top it all off, they acquired a huge barn structure, with a secret cave and its own bar, for $1.1 million in 2009. This was so they could build a huge playroom, kids' living quarters and den for their 6 children, Maddox, age 15, Pax, age 12, Zahra, aged 11, Shiloh, age 10, and twins Vivian and Knox, aged 8. They even installed a skate park by the side of the main villa in 2014. That was later extended to include a bike path which wraps around one side of the main house. But despite the luxurious surroundings, day-to-day life at the home appears to have been tumultuous. According to one report, neighbors said back in 2011 that their lives were made miserable because of raucous parties. The 6 children could be heard all the time, yelling and screaming at the top of their lungs, while another complained about the family's aggressive and mean staff, who bullied anyone who came near the house. On Tuesday, a source told the Daily Mail newspaper that the children were allowed to run wild. She, Angelina, is famously against any kind of rules. There are no set bedtimes, and they are allowed to eat what they like, the source said. She not only allows the children to collect martial arts weapons but has said she doesn't see how she can deny them tattoos. She also lets their biological daughter Shiloh live as a boy, which apparently left Pitt's Midwestern parents aghast. On top of this, Ms. Jolie has the rather alarming habit of throwing knives to calm down once annoyed. Brad admitted himself in an interview with Esquire in 2013 that it could be noisy in the compound. "I always thought that if I wanted to do a family, I wanted to do it big. I wanted there to be chaos in the house. There's a constant chatter in our house, whether it's giggling or screaming or crying or banging. I love it. I love it. I love it. I hate it when they're gone," he said. "Maybe it's nice to be in a hotel room for a day. Oh, nice, I can finally read a paper. But then, by the next day, I miss that cacophony, all that life." Jolie has hardly been at the residence this year. Instead, she was in Cambodia filming First They Killed My Father. Then the family relocated to London so that Brad could film the sequel to World War Z, and she could concentrate on her UN humanitarian work. And some of the couple's grand plans have not quite come off. The pools remain empty and abandoned, with only a few inflatables showing any signs that they have ever been used. 2 of the buildings purchased by Pitt in the 1990s are also unused. One is still being renovated 12 years later, and half of another smaller property has been razed to the ground awaiting to be rebuilt. A bodyguard called Bill told In Touch magazine in 2010 that Brad and Angelina's relationship had cooled considerably to the point that Brad slept in a separate bedroom. He added, "In my opinion, the real Angelina is self-centered and a control freak. She has no patience at all. She doesn't do things out of the kindness of her heart. And she's totally psycho. She is not moved by tears." It is a far cry from Pitt's original vision, where he said the family have been thrown together. "We suffer from a lack of privacy sometimes, but, on the other hand, we have to stick together. We are a little cut off from the herd, and so we have to look to each other for some kind of familiar experience." Jen and Justin's $21 million Bel Air home couldn't be more perfect? While Brad Pitt's family house is neglected, his ex Jennifer Aniston has built the idyllic home just a few miles down the road. The 47-year-old is putting the finishing touches to her dream $21 million Bel Air mansion that she shares with husband Justin Theroux, 45. As our exclusive aerial images show, the former Friends star has recently installed an outdoor bath into one of the luxury living quarters, which will help with her strict health and beauty lifestyle. It was reported in April that Shed also built her own private spa in the 4-bedroom, 7-bathroom house that was designed by architect A. Quincy Jones, and is described as his finest work of art. Construction on the property, which sits on the Santa Monica Mountains and overlooks the Pacific Ocean, began in January 2012 and also includes a huge 2,000-square-foot closet, revealed in our pictures. Wanderlust actor Justin, 45, admitted that his wife had so many outfits that they had to renovate one part of the garage area at an estimated $60,000 cost. He said, "We made an extension on our house. We found more room to sort of create a better bathroom and a closet. It sounds probably more elaborate than it is. But basically, when we were out of town, she was working, I was working, we took that opportunity to create a little more closet space. That's confirmed. Data adverts. Add to array pus, in red_player, type, 636 by 1, id, in red player, // greater than.